One of the number one questions I get asked is how much should I be spending on my Facebook ads? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be answering today. What's up everybody? Alvaro here from Alvaro Bayers Digital, and today we are talking all about budgets, which is one of everyone's favorite question because obviously we want to make more than what we're spending. So many advertisers come up to me, message me, whatever it might be, and they always ask, hey, how much should I be spending on my Facebook ads? And the honest question is, well, ideally it's based upon your returns, or more specifically, your return on ad spend, or otherwise abbreviated as ROAS. So ROAS means that if you are spending for every, let's just say for example, every $100 that you spend, you get $200 back. That would be a ROAS of 2. If you have a ROAS of 1, it means that for every $100 you spend, you're getting $100 back, which means you're breaking even. And if you have a ROAS of 0.5, it means, let's say you're spending $100, you actually get back $50. So therefore you're losing $50 over the course of that time frame. So in an ideal scenario, if you know these numbers and you have a ROAS that you can work off, you can just work backwards from there. You can say, okay, great. I would love to make $20,000 in revenue in this promotion. My ROAS, my historical ROAS is 2. And so therefore I need to spend $10,000 in order to make $20,000. And then on top of that, I have an additional $5,000 in expenses just to pay my team, whatever it is. Therefore, I'm going to profit $5,000 by spending $10,000. So that is the ideal and best way to figure out your Facebook ads budget. But of course, not everyone is at that level. We all have to start somewhere at the very beginning when we don't know our ROAS numbers. And so what do we do in this case? What is the magic formula? And I'm going to tell you right now, there is no magic formula. It really just comes down to spending what you feel okay with, assuming you're going to get $0 back. What I mean? Well, you have to go with the assumption that you are going to make $0 because you have a lot to test, especially when you're at the beginning of your Facebook ads journey. You have to figure out what audiences work best for you. You have to figure out what messaging works best for you. You have to figure out what creative works best for you. Is it images? Is it videos? Is it carousels? Is it Instagram stories? And you have to figure out what offers work best for you. Just because you love your offer doesn't mean everyone else is going to love your offer. And so that's another thing you have to test. So all those things you have to test over the course of time. And yes, maybe, just maybe right out of the gates, you'll be profitable. But for the vast majority of people, this is a process that can take months to figure out, to find that winning formula on the ad side and on the offer side. So when you're first getting started with Facebook ads and you're trying to figure out that budget, all you want to spend is spend the maximum amount of dollars you feel okay spending and getting $0 back. So that's obviously going to change from person to person, right? For you, your personal limit in terms of getting $0 back might be $500, meaning you put $500 in, you get $0 back. You didn't make any money, but you learned some things, right? Maybe you learned one audience works better than another, one ad copy variation works better than another, so on and so forth. For other people, that limit might be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. It all depends on your level of risk and what kind of funds you have available to you. But as long as you're going into it of assuming you're going to make $0 back, just spend the maximum that you feel okay losing while getting $0 back, and make sure that you are gaining some learnings along the way. The other part of this question that I get asked is, when should my ads start and when should I increase my budgets? And this is a very important question that I see a lot of people get wrong. And the answer to this one is actually thankfully a lot more simple and straightforward. You don't have to make any assumptions like your overall spend, but you do have to have some plan in place. And so whenever you launch your ads, whenever you have your ads go live, make sure they go live very early in the morning, because let's say you have a budget of $100 a day. If you have your ads go live at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, for example, Facebook is going to do its darnest to spend all $100 until midnight, right? Because they say, hey, it's still 3 p.m. We got a bunch of time left until midnight. Let's spend these $100. And so it's gonna essentially force feed your ads through the algorithm. That way they get your money back. That's no good. Obviously, you've worked hard for that money. You want the algorithm to spend your money as efficiently as possible. And so therefore, before, you want to have your ads to go live nice and early. I personally schedule my clients' ads to go live at 12:30 a.m. Pacific time. This is why you want to schedule your ads ahead of time, and you're not in a situation where you need ads to go live today and then your money is going to be spent inefficiently. And it's the same thing when you increase your spend. Let's say you're spending $100 a day, things are going great, congratulations, and now you want to spend actually even some more. Make sure that you do your spend increase in the morning. Now, thankfully, you don't have to wake up at midnight to do this spend increase. You can still do it at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whenever it is that you start your workday. But regardless, make sure that you increase your spend budgets in the morning and you don't do it in the evening or late afternoon or anything like that. Because again, if you increase from $100 to $120 at 8 p.m. at night, it's going to try to spend all of that as quickly as it can in that same day for the very reasons that I explained before. And then when you do increases, I do recommend increases of 20% every other day. That is conservative enough so that it won't really throw off the results too much, and so the algorithm can still scale at a very appropriate level, and you can kind of monitor the results as they are going. So those are the three things that you want to keep in mind in terms of how much you want to spend overall, when you want your ads to go live, and how much you want to be increasing your spend by. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about spend, budget, anything like that, let me know in the comments below. And if there's any other topics you would like for me to cover, also let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.